Hi and welcome to my tutorial. In today's tutorial I will show you how to create the mainpaint form. It is a form for the application I did a while back. The application is under the tutorial simple graphic editor. It is in 3 parts, and recently some of you asked me to show you how the form is done. So I decided to do just that. So, create your form and size it somewhat like this, just to have space for all the necessary controls. And first thing we need to do is add a container for the tool strips. So it's the container which makes them align more easily for the user to manage. So let's have the tool strip container. Let's dock it. So dock fill in the parent container. And as you can see, you have those small containers here. On the top, on the left, those arrows here small, you can control it. You can hide them, show them, reset them and all that. So for now, let's add just the tool strips to those containers. First, the ones on the top. Add the tool strip, then press the arrow button, and that will create space for another tool strip, and add the tool strip. Now, on those tool strips we had a few controls, so 3 buttons, right? A separator, a label, text box, button. I think there was another separator here. Yeah. Label, combo box, and a button. If you remember the form, then you remember that these controls are the application controls. So new file, open and save. This is the brush size, and this is for setting the shadow of the text. Now in here we had also a few of those controls. Namely, we had a label, a text box, a button, another label, a combo box, another label, and another combo box. And after that we had a button. So this tool strip, the second one, is for controlling the text. So the user could control the text he wishes to draw. And now the tools strip. So actually, the strip which will hold the tools buttons, and there were 8 of those. So ellipse, rectangle, line, brush, pencil, color picker, eraser, and text. Yeah, that's all. So that covers the tool strips. And now you see there is this here another container which takes almost all the space in application. It is the content panel, if you can see here, of the tool strip container. And this content panel will hold both the drawing surface and the color palette. So we need to add a panel to make it somewhat look and act as it should. Because if we put the drawing surface first, and of course we need to fill this container with the drawing surface, it will take all the place and there will be no place for the color palette. And if you do just that, the color palette will overlap the drawing surface, and we do not want that to happen. So add a panel and find the dock property and set it to right. Now it will take some space from the right border of the application, yes, and this space is actually, you can say, claimed by the panel, so no other application can take it, even if you fill it. So I think it's called flow design or something like that. I really can't tell, but I think it's close. Anyways, let's have the drawing surface. So put a picture box or a panel. I use a picture box, find the same dock property, and this time fill. And as you can see, it ends where the panel, the color palette panel starts. Right? You can resize the color palette, and the picture box will resize with it. If the color palette shrinks, the drawing surface is enlarged. Okay, so now some quick graphical stuff. The backcolor of the drawing surface was white. Let's have it some size. Let's resize it some. And now for the color palette. As you can remember, there was this color wheel for picking the colors, and its size was 130 per 130. So you need to make sure that your color palette is at least 130 pixels in width or height. So let's have it like this. There was another picture box which shown the color picked by the user, right? So let's have a picture box next to this picture box. And then there were these track bars. So before those track bars, let's have some labels first to again set the text property red, sorry for that, red, and now copy it, paste it, and just place it somewhere like here. Now the next one, the blue one, and the one representing alpha channel. For reasons unknown, the Microsoft Visual Studio again just punched it to the highlighted the border style property. I really don't know why it does that, but it simply does that. Maybe it's default for it, so it just, you know, moves it there, and that's really a bit uncomfortable. Okay, so let's go for the track bars now. And those track bars proven to be quite challenging, because you see, a track bar control gives the user to input a certain numeric value in a more comfortable way. However, the value is specified, so the range of that value is specified by minimum and maximum properties. The minimum is always 0, but the maximum is 10 by default. And many people just don't change it. And if the value of red, green, blue or alpha, it always reaches to 255, and it is the maximum for the color. So there won't be any more numbers after that. So the range should be from 0 to 255. So 255. And this is actually important, because if you don't change that, you will get out of range exception. So make sure to change that in your form. Now the green, just copy it. It'll be a lot easier. Copy and paste. And another one. Okay. Now those labels, copy and paste again. And now we have the another part of the interface. If you remember, there were those labels which shown the user the amount of each color, or the alpha channel in numeric values, right? So this is it. Now, of course, I won't be renaming all those picture boxes, but if I remember correctly, these track bars were named in the correct order: red vol, green vol, blue vol, and alpha vol. Those were something like alpha text, something. No, these were, yeah, red vol. Anyways, that's the color palette. Now for setting their images, and find the color wheel. And this is another important thing: if you create this color palette, make sure that the picture box is of the exact size as the color wheel image. If the image is of size, say 250 pixels per 200 pixels, the picture box must be the same. Otherwise, if you change the size mode, it will not be synchronized with the picker. You remember we did some coding for that, for picking the color, and if you set the size mode, and it will just, you know, size the image to the size of the picture box which holds that image, the color palette will not work. So make sure that the picture box is of the exact dimensions as the image. Now for changing some images, the easiest and fastest way is to click the right button, mouse right button on the button, project resource file, and this was new, right? Yeah, new. So new, open, not pencil, save. This was brush size. Brush size. Here we go. Now this was apply. Yep, the apply icon. This was text shadow. Well, what do you know? It didn't change the property. I mean, didn't, you know, change it to something like border style and any other things I should. And this is text to draw. Text to draw. This was text. This is font name and font size, and this image, this will be the apply image again. So now we took care of the tool strips, at least the upper ones. Now for those, there was a draw rectangle. Yes, the ellipse, draw ellipse, brush, whoa, not that project resource file, and this was the line. The order of those doesn't matter, just make sure you correctly put the events to those buttons, right? So if you click on this one, say the one representing the pencil, then the pencil is selected and not rectangle or ellipse or something like that. Then the next thing was color picker. No, too high. Color picker. This was the eraser, and here I'm actually using the same icon as in the pencil case, but we're just going to edit it a bit here. So there are the properties right to left and right to left auto mirror image, and select the right to left auto mirror image to true and right to left to yes. And as you can see, it just rotated 180 degrees around the y-axis, I guess. Never mind, some axis. And the text, of course. And that's it, folks. The form is complete. And as you can see, it took 16 minutes or something. I don't know, I didn't keep track of the time. It took quite a lot of time to actually make that, so now you know why I don't make the forms in the tutorials but before them. But this is all you need to the main paint form. Of course, you can modify it, because this this form is, well, it does its job, it gets the job done. However, there are possibilities to make a more comfortable graphical user interface. So just make sure to change it a bit. Maybe you'll come up with a better way to do this. So yeah, thanks for watching and see you later.